Today's reading is from Matthew chapter 11. But to what will I compare this generation? It is like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling to one another, "We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We wailed, and you did not mourn." For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, "He has a demon." The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, "Look, a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of the tax collectors and sinners." Yet wisdom is vindicated by her deeds. At that time Jesus said, "I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and the intelligent and have revealed them to infants. Yes, Father, for such was your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Come to me, all you who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. This reading today, I know, will resonate with lots of us. Many of you, I know, are bearing burdens. The worries that each day brings, not only for yourselves, but for each other and all those other people that you care for. Is it safe for you to go out? Should you go to the shop? When will you be able to see your family? How far away should you stand from others? Do you wear a mask? You're worried about going back to work. What will that look like? Or what will happen at the end of furlough? Will there be a job for you to return to? Where are you going to find a new job? How are you going to provide for your family? The list of worries goes on and on. But as well as the current worries about the pandemic, there are lots of people who face the daily burden of bodies that don't work as well as they want them to. Others are living life alone after the death of a loved one, and the worry, the burden of coping with this world all alone when you've been used to companionship. Some bear the burden of broken relationships. When someone is in tension with a person they care about, then that burden can be heavy to carry. Still others face the burden of making choices in this world, wondering what they'll do with their lives, wondering when they do make a decision, is it the right one? These are just a few of the anxieties that people have, and I know that there are so many more. Life is filled with stress, cares, worries, and situations that require us to make choices that are not always easy or obvious. Jesus reminds us today, if you are struggling with anything in your life, with any kind of burden, call on me and I will be there to help. He knew that everyone at some point would have worries that are hard to carry. Now this, I know, sounds quite depressing, and in a way it is, but there is that hope, because Jesus says he will walk beside us, help us and be there to assist in carrying the load. He uses an illustration from his day to explain how he will help to carry it. He describes the oxen yoke, where two would join together side by side and work together to carry the load, so that the burden is easier. It doesn't go away, but it means that we have help in bearing it. And for those of us not from the farming background, it's like having someone help you to lift the wardrobe or the sofa or something else that's really heavy, rather than them coming and carrying it for you. Basically, he is saying, let me give you a lift. Let me help you with that. Let me help you bear this weight of life with all its problems, cares and struggles. You don't have to bear your failures, your frustrations, your burdens alone. Bring them to me and I will shoulder some of that weight for you. I will share that life with you. But he then goes further and he says that he'll not make our load heavier, by adding other things in place of those things that he's taking away. He tells us he is gentle and kind. He'll give rest to our weary souls. He helps us to carry burdens because he wants us to be free. He wants us to enjoy life, to reach out to others and to share his great gift of love. And the extraordinary thing is that as we do that, then our acts of kindness and commitment will be much lighter than any worry or any burden that we carry alone. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your weary souls. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light." Come to him and let him help you carry the load.